definitely benefited from this program. It was very well organized, and we managed to get in touch with like-minded people, both the other people in the program and the ambassadors of AD. So I would say that it was nice also to receive the funding. So this really gave us a lot of more self-confidence, and we also managed to we realized that our project was well done, and people could understand our logic, and it gave us a lot of exposure. So this for sure helps, making the project known also abroad and receive more donations. And I would say that, it enhanced our credibility a lot, because when you start as a small company with a small project, and, you could be anyone. And if an organization like AD starts believing in you, then you get more credibility for the others, for the other possible funders. So it was really nice to be in touch with the ambassadors who are really interested in the same topics and expert in this domain. And so we could gain more information on how to deal with certain problems, and that was really helpful. And it's nice also to see the enthusiasm about this, because it keeps people motivated, and it's not always easy to carry on with in certain dynamics, and seeing that people are enthusiastic about your project also helps a lot to be motivated. So it was really nice overall, a nice experience, I would say. We got a lot of people contacting us, wanting to help, also students, people who saw the project published online, and they were, asking if they could support somehow. So it was really nice to see, and we saw really a boost in the views of our page. So that was definitely because of the support of architecture and development, and taking part to the challenge. So that's it. For sure, we are really happy to see that the building is already in use, even if it's not finished, because we managed to phase it together with the women who really told us what they needed to be done first, in a way so that there are some rooms that can be already used, like the kitchen, and the communal room that is at the moment a multifunctional room that can have different functions according to their needs. And they took the initiative to organize already some workshops with students. They invited them over, and they cooked for them as well. So they offered a complete experience of the Moroccan, hospitality and craftsmanship, and it was really a success. So the next phase, because anyway the building is not finished, is to, our intention is to complete it with a room that is missing. So providing a roof for the atelier, the workshop room, which is going to be the biggest room of the building. And in terms of architecture, it's also a bit of a challenge, because it's going to be covered by 4 domes. So the structure is slightly different, and it needs to be well designed. And it's also nice to see that our workers are really happy to use a new technique that is not that they didn't use before, and that creates spaces that are a little bit different, and still give a really nice sense of belonging. And they are, because of the curved surfaces, they fit in within the environment, because it's a hilly village. So using the material of the earth and the round shapes, it really, all fits together. This is about our project. In terms of keep on working and having some goals for the future within our association, and also working with Morocco, given that the recent situation is a little bit, difficult because of the consequences of the earthquake. We are also reaching out to some local architects to see if we can somehow help to support the reconstruction of small villages for in the Atlas region. So this is also something that is part of our core values, and we think that if we can help somehow, that's the moment to kind of reach out and be useful for the reconstructions. Yeah, it's always an exchange because they have a deep knowledge of the materials, local materials. They are really also trained on what they build up with, like every day on building with these materials and the traditional techniques. But they're also very much open-minded in getting something, in learning something new. While on our side, in Europe, we don't have too much the chance to, apart from some workshops that you can take, to really see and use earth and other materials that are more from other countries. So for us it's always an exchange, and it's very enriching because you really feel you spend one day on the building site and you feel like you gained like a week of knowledge compared to what you studied at university. So they also have an approach that is a little less, definitely less academic. So I come with a drawing usually, and they would say, "No, Martina, take the brick, show me, in real practice how you do it," and then you realize how many things you didn't think of when you were designing. Or so it's really enriching all the time, and and the exchange with the workers, but also with the women that tell you how they use the building and how different it is to cook or to prepare things together when you're a Moroccan woman rather than an Italian woman. So yeah, in every direction, it's always an exchange. Experience is never enough. So I would say we start up from, for sure. I see a difference from when we started and we didn't know any of these things. We didn't know how to raise money. We didn't know how to deal with the building site in Morocco. I mean, we were just, we had a lot of dreams and ideas, but we didn't really know exactly how to approach them. And the only way was just to try and just to really be motivated all the time, because a lot of times you think, I'm never going to find the money. Then the moment you find them, you really think, okay, then it is possible. If I did it once, I can do it a second time. So it's really taking, small steps, being motivated, and be surrounded by people who believe in your project, and look for them if you're not surrounded by them. So you really have to be super active in a lot of direction. Yeah, so if I look back, I see that we gained a lot of experience in all these fields, and we can improve as well. So it's a learning process all the time. Terre is not our full-time job. We do this aside from our main practice. So we work as architects in a regular office, and then let's say that we take over. We in our free time we do what we can for Terre. So yeah, for now it's not always easy to combine the two. On the other hand, because it's something that we really believe in and we really like, it's not something that we feel heavy or on our shoulders, or we are happy to fill our free time with these tasks. And yeah, I think for now, I mean, it worked quite well, and hopefully I can also. But many times I try to bring these ideas and values also in my regular practice. So let's see if I can push the boundary further and have a good response. Some fun facts about how the community contributed to the project was when at the very beginning, some of our workers came with some doors, bringing some doors to the building site, and saying that someone from the village decided to donate doors. So we had 5 types of different doors that we could use, and also a toilet appeared, a squatting toilet. So now I'm, just thinking, it makes me laugh that probably some toilets in the village are missing some parts because of our building site. But I'm sure that this was all agreed with the owner of the toilet. And then when we were on building site, we were also receiving a lot of food from the women who were cooking and coming and visiting us. So usually on Fridays, would always receive the couscous, and that was like, to show appreciation for what we were doing. Of course, there are some ups and downs when the building is, not used all the time, or the women are very busy with other things, because of course they have their own lives. Yeah, we need to find also a way to kind of engage them back, because it's not like going all the way. It's not always smooth. But yeah, when we received the news that they took the initiative to organize the workshops and to invite people over, or when some tourists were passing by and they were showing the building, they opened the building to show them both the building and the carpets that they made. We saw, we were really proud, and we saw that this means something to them, and that they are still, they are keep on being interested. And of course, it's difficult to, start a business, so which is their final goal. So this is something that takes time. They need to learn and get more, confidence, and learn how to do it. And we are also working on this, because we don't want to let them alone in this learning process. So yeah, I would say on all sides we kind of try to keep engaged, and every day we discover something new about how to keep the building alive, and make it functional. The goal of this project, that they're going to be independent, it's going to be finished, they're not going to need us anymore. So, and I also wish them that they will be able, to start their activities, and without having our support, because they have to be independent. On the other side, we can still keep the relationship we have. We're going to be friends. And if we have more opportunities to work with the building team, the construction team, we are definitely gonna use this opportunity. And when I was mentioning that we want to support the local villages that got hit by the earthquake, in this sense, so one of our partners, Perma Atlas, got really a lot of damage in their village, and they are organizing fundraising, and also finding a way to build houses for the people who lost their homes. And we already spoke with our local team for the possibility of building domes over there, because it's a quick technique that can be used, and also with the use of just one material, you don't need the wood. So and since our team is trained to build this type of structure, we already asked, are you available to go to this village and teach your colleagues how to do it? And so the knowledge is spread, and we keep the relationship alive, and they can also use the knowledge they have in a different way. So not only to build themselves, but to pass it over to someone else.